Hi, thanks for joining me on the Everything and Anything and a Bit Gay podcast. Today I have a new guest. His name is Alan Katz. Alan's done some pretty remarkable things in his life for the LGBTQ plus community, especially because he is one of the first people that did actually weddings, gay weddings or same-sex marriages. And welcome to the show, Alan. We'll get into your whole history.
Sounds good. I'm excited to talk about this. It's something that's been a passion in my life.
So tell me how you got started. Well, I guess let's start back at the beginning before. So California had legalized same-sex marriage before it went federally, right? So,
Correct.
well, they did it, and then they had Proposition 8.
They had it, they took it away, and then
Yeah.
they brought it back.
Yeah. And so, did you start the wedding ceremonies when they did it the first time?
Actually, I was doing it way before that. I was doing, since it wasn't legal, I was doing a lot of domestic partnerships.
Right.
So it was an alternative to marriage. It was before marriage was legal. I always believed that people should have the right to marry who annoys them the most. I mean, marry the person who they love the most.
Yes, exactly. And so you started this off, and was there controversy of you doing this just for domestic partners? Were people kind of coming at you for doing this, especially like the religious right?
Oh, absolutely. I'm very well known in the wedding industry, and when some of the wedding planners, especially like in Orange County and stuff like that, saw that I was doing gay weddings and was talking about it, and was promoting, marriage equality, some of them said to me, to my face, "I will never use you because you're for the gays." And those are their exact words. And you know what? To me, that didn't make me upset. That made me want to work harder, being supported because of people like that out there. So it was my goal at that point to make sure that everybody knew my standpoint, that I supported it, and that I wanted to teach people how to do it. And it's funny that once gay marriage became legal, those people who came to me and said, "We don't want to work with the gays," now they're coming up to me and going, "Alan, how do we work with gay couples?"
Yeah.
So what I did at the first, when it became fully legal the second time, is I put on the first gay wedding seminar to show wedding planners and wedding industry people how to work with same-sex couples, because for some people, it wasn't something they never imagined that they would be doing. So I wanted to bring in experts to come in and talk and look, this is how you work with couples. They're just like every other couple.
Yeah.
It's not, "It's raining men," the whole ceremony.
Yeah.
I wanted to make everybody understand that it's the same love. It's the same stories. It's just a different gender, or the same gender.
So did you do the first gay marriage?
I did the first same-sex marriage in LA County when it became legal both times.
Really? Wow, that's pretty amazing.
And when it was taken away, the first time after it was taken away, I did pretty much the last gay wedding. Like right before midnight, I signed the last marriage license before it became not legal anymore. And then it became legal, and then we're all happy until that crazy county clerk lady and just try to justify.
Yeah, I want to talk about that with you a little bit too. So, but what kind of got you interested in doing this for same-sex couples?
I've always been an advocate of equality of all types. But what really made me interested is my son, who started off as my daughter, came out as gay, and I knew it when he was young or she was young, and then became trans. It was something that really made it important to me to support him. In fact, before my kid ever came out, I was taking him to gay rights marches to let him know that I'm supportive.
That's amazing.
That I understand him. The rest of the family was like, "What?" And I'm like, "You don't understand. We need to support our child in whatever way they want to do it. And I want them to know that no matter which way they go, no matter what they believe in, I'm always going to love them. I'm always going to care about them. I'm always going to support them." And when he came out, it was the best thing, because he's like, "I'm gay." I'm like, "Really?"
And did you have gay friends growing up? I mean, or did you grow up in LA?
I grew up in LA. Actually, for many years, my best friend was gay.
Okay, so you had this kind of as part of your life growing up, and so it was nothing to you, which is great.
I accept people for who they are. If people are cool, I'm cool. If people are a-holes, then they're a-holes.
Yeah.
All right? So it doesn't matter whether you're gay, straight, bi, trans, or anything. Good people are good people. Love is love.
Do gay guys have better weddings than straight couples?
It depends.
I guess it depends also
There's a
where they're
little. There
where the
seems to be a little more flair
yeah,
with gay men weddings, and with it's strange. Gay men ceremonies and gay women ceremonies are a little different.
yeah,
Women, I've always seemed to tend to be a little more serious and more deeply loving. Men are very gregarious
yeah.
in their way of approaching it. That's not to stereotype it in any way. It's just an observation that I've made.
Yeah, no, it's the truth. Yeah, I mean, I'm part of the LGBTQ plus community, so I can only imagine what you know, a have I been to a lesbian wedding before? I don't know if I have been actually. Uh, no, I don't. I mean, I obviously have lesbian friends that are married, but I guess they were married before I knew them. So, but I would love to go to a lesbian wedding. I think it would be kind of
Yeah.
fun. So,
And they're all good. I mean, I just finished writing a ceremony for a straight couple that I'm doing today. And I'm marrying one gay couple today. So
really,
all their ceremonies are the same to me. Because in my heart of hearts, this is a love story.
yeah,
Whether it begins or ends with whoever, it's a love story that people are coming together. And I'm there to officiate. I'm not there to judge.
yeah. Can we talk about your? So it is now your daughter,
Now my son.
now your son. So
Now my
let's
son.
talk about that a little bit, just because
Sure.
I think it is so amazing that you accepted your son, your new son, as because some parents will be like, "Get out! I never want to see you again." Disown them,
Yeah.
just try to stop them from being who they
Send them
really
to gay
are.
camp, right?
Yeah, or send them to conversion camp. Some of them try to do, and
Right.
so it's kind of crazy, and so it sounds like you just like right away accepted it. You're like, whatever you want to do is you support.
Absolutely. Well, it was weird. I knew that it was she was going to be gay. I mean, I knew that early on.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the trans part. And one day he posted a video of him saying that he's feels uncomfortable in his body and that he is going to be wants to be a man.
Hmm.
And I cried, not because I
Yeah.
was upset, because I saw that true inner feeling that he had, that he'd been conflicted all these
Mhm.
years. And it all started making sense when he was doing this video. And it's like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have realized this earlier on. And I reached out to him at that point, and I embraced him with love. And I said, you know what? Whatever help you need in this transformation of your life, you have my support.
That's
Have my
amazing.
love. And the crazy thing was, he had gotten top surgery, and so seeing my daughter for the first time topless as my son,
Yeah.
it was a little hard to get
Yeah.
used to at first. But now, he's got a full beard. I embrace everything that he does. He lives the life that he wants to live,
Yeah. That's
and I
amazing.
support him, and I love him so very, very much.
And does he have a partner in his life?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
He's had a few in the past, some great, some cray,
Yeah.
like we all have
Yeah.
had.
We all
Uh,
have been there. So, yeah.
yeah.
Um, can you talk to me a little bit just like how over the years kind of marriages have shifted? And I have a couple of questions for that.
Sure,
I think
absolutely.
whenever, 10 years ago, whenever it became legal, I think a lot of people probably jumped on it and they're like, oh, we've been waiting for this forever and let's do it. And, so me and my husband have been together, not married for 27 years, but together for 27 years. We got married in 2007
You better
in
remember
in
that.
Massachusetts, before it was federally legal. And I felt like at that point, people were getting married and that was kind of it. And, you're together and then you didn't hear about gay divorces for a very long time. I feel like things now, so I have a really good friend, one of my best friends who is going through a divorce now, which I think is something new. But also a lot of people, at least a lot of gay couples that I know, or all of the gay couples I know, but one that are married or been together for a long time are opening their relationships up. Do you hear more about that when you're marrying people?
you know, I I haven't really seen much of a change in the aesthetics of the relationships.
Yeah.
The big thing I see, and it's weird, it comes in waves of people wanting to get married. You know, when it first happened, when marriage first became legal, everybody who had ever been together. I mean, I had one couple who they were in their 80s.
Yeah.
They'd been
I love
together
that.
for 40 years, and they finally got a chance to get married. And there's just these two old guys sitting holding hands, and my that and it really made a difference to me.
Yeah.
And that first wave of people were people who had been together for a long time. As that wave passed, then it had been people who had met and had fallen in love and wanted to be together.
Yeah.
Then the same as straight couples. Some people would meet somebody, want to come in, want to get married, and oh, it didn't work out. And we've gotten these calls from straight couples and gay couples. But when the political climate changes, and this is kind of weird, when the political climate changes, like when Trump got into office, a lot of gay couples were afraid that their rights would be taken away. And so
Yeah.
there was this, all of a sudden, this wash of people coming in wanting to get married. Once this last, person was doing, I'm getting a lot of calls from people, hey, it's time to get married. We need to get married, ASAP.
Yeah.
So it's not just because people are in love. Sometimes people do it because they're afraid.
Yeah. Well, it's funny whenever the reason we got married, I mean, we were together for 9 years at that point. We met in 1998 and we were living in New York. We were on vacation in Provincetown, Massachusetts, which is a very gay town. And we walked by the town hall and my husband said, we should get married. I said, what? Like, he's like, yeah, we should get married. And he's a lawyer, like he went to law school. So he was thinking about it from a legal standpoint.
Right.
And he said to me, one day we may need just to have this marriage and like, let's do it.
Well,
And I'm like, we only have our two friends here. Like, it was two of our best friends at the time. But I'm like, our families aren't here. Like, nobody's here. Like, this is weird. He's like, let's just do it. And it's for a legal reason. So I'm like, I don't know. He's like, well, let's go into the town hall and talk about it. So we went into the town hall. And as soon as we walked in, it felt right. I mean, we loved each other. Obviously, we were together for 9 years.
right.
And you just had to sign a paper saying that maybe one day you would live in Massachusetts, and that was the kind of the rule. And we'd like, okay, well, maybe one day we would, and we actually do now. And so we signed it. We had to wait 3 days, and then we got adjusted to the peace, and she like married us or whatever. And but we did it really because we wanted to do it for the same reason maybe other people are getting married so quickly now, is just for legal reasons. So we had it. And I'm glad we did.
And even straight couples get married for legal reasons too.
Yeah.
I mean, they want to preserve their benefits. They want to be able to. I mean, I've had people who are old. They go, "We've been together forever. We just, he's dying, and I want to marry him." And so we have kids together. So there's so many reasons for people to get married, both gay and straight.
So let's talk about the famous Kim Davis, that she's making herself famous, at least, and not in a good way.
Which one? I'm sorry.
Kim Davis. She's the county clerk in
yes.
In Kentucky. Just for the listeners that I'm sure everybody knows, but she's the county clerk in Kentucky that basically denied same-sex couples marriage certificates whenever it first became legal 10 years ago. And she was, I guess, sued and
ostracized and everything.
Yeah, she went to jail for 6 days. Now she's come back and she wants to basically take this to the Supreme Court to overturn same-sex marriage. And now a lot of stuff has come out about her, about how she's had 4 marriages, even though the Bible says you shouldn't be doing that. She got pregnant by her third husband when she was still married by her first husband. And it just lots of...
the old saying, he or she who lives in glass houses shouldn't throw stones.
Exactly. So she's the one trying to like talk about what what marriage should be, and she's the last person probably that should be talking about.
Yeah, that would be the last person. I can understand it if somebody was, devout in their religion and whatever, and coming out because they believe that way. But if you don't live the lifestyle of what you're trying to fight against, it doesn't make sense.
But it's probably not the right job for you either.
I don't think she has standing with the Supreme Court. We have a weird Supreme Court now, but I can't imagine them overturning it.
You don't? You don't think so?
I don't see it happening. If for any reason it does, it'll probably end up going back to the states, and then the states that have already approved it will do. Some of the weird states and middle America may not. But it was kind of crazy when it was only legal in California for a while.
Yeah.
People would fly in from all over the U.S. I would meet them at the airport. We'd meet at a restaurant outside of the
Yeah.
thing. I'd issue them their marriage license. I'd perform the ceremony. They'd get on a plane and fly back home.
Wow.
And if that's how it's going to be, that's how it's going to be. But people are still going to get married. Gay marriage is here forever. I don't see it ever get taken away.
I hope you're right. I mean, I definitely worry about it a little bit. I feel like that could be, just there's just so many rights being trying to take away from trans people and from LGBTQ plus people from this administration. And I try not to get political on this show, but it's really scary that they're even like talking about taking away gay marriage because of this.
People have been talking about it, taking it away since it was passed.
Yeah.
So how it'll get any further, I don't know. I think it's just a headline to scare people right now.
Yeah.
If it's actually doing the exact opposite, I think, of what it's actually emboldening people.
Yeah.
On both sides, but especially on supporters of marriage equality. They embolden them to say, this is not going to stand.
Yeah.
And we need to stand up and we need to fight. My mom told me, years ago, if you believe in something, stand up for it, fight for it. Don't let it just happen.
Yeah.
And for anybody out there, if you see things like this happening, stand up. When Oberfeld got passed, I became part of the amicus brief. So when I went to Washington, D.C., I had them print me out a copy of the whole order and all the amicus briefs. And it's nice that my name is in the Oberfeld document.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So it still makes me excited about that.
Tell me about some of the more memorable weddings that you've performed. I think one of the things you said about, a couple that's been together for 40 plus years and they're in their 80s and they got married, but any kind of crazy grand weddings that you could kind of talk about?
I had this one couple, and this was something out of the movies, is their wives were best friends, and these guys were in Tennessee.
Okay.
And they came in wearing overalls. And they go, our wives were best friends, and we just would go out fishing and hunting, and we fell in love, and we left our wives, and we came out here to California to get married. And it was something, what was that movie?
Brokeback Mountain.
Brokeback Mountain. It was total Brokeback Mountain in my office. And of course, I threw into the ceremony, repeat after me, I can't quit you.
Did they do it?
Oh yeah. And they laughed and laughed and laughed. And, as far as over the top weddings, most of my weddings are pretty much all the same, gay and straight. Some of them are grand traditions.
Yeah.
Some of them are just, finding a venue and celebrating in front of friends. You don't have to have the big grand wedding, and you have to, if you're gay, you don't have to have the big great gay wedding. You just have to find the person you love and get married.
Yeah, we talked about, since we did it just with two friends on a near the water in Cape Cod, we talked about for years that, we'll do a bigger wedding and stuff, but the wedding that we wanted with all the people that we wanted, that we would need to invite because we have families and friends, and I mean, I think we were over 250 people that would be on the guest list, and I'm just like, this is going to be $200,000 or more, and that's a nice down payment, part of a down payment for a house.
Right.
And so we never did it. I don't know, maybe when we have our 30th anniversary, we'll renew our vows. And
I know just the guy to do it.
Yeah, I do. What? Yeah, now I know someone too. Yes.
That's right. I've been flown all over the place. In fact, one couple who, when marriage was legal here only and nowhere else, they came from New York, from Albany.
Oh.
And they came in from Albany, and when they were having their big ceremony back east, because they didn't have to, they were already legally married, so they were having a big wedding. They flew me back there to Albany to do the wedding in front of everybody.
Wow.
And that was a grand affair because, nobody was having these big weddings like this at that time. Especially in New York, it hadn't been legal. So to all the people around, to all the servers and everything, this is weird. But when they saw the ceremony, you could see their ideas adjusting. Like,
Yeah.
wow, this is like the same thing. This is the two people who love each other. And it tweaked people's perception of people who'd never seen something like that. All of a sudden seeing, they're like, what's the big deal? There is no big deal.
Have you ever thought about writing a book about this?
Believe me, people tell me to write a book. I own a 24-hour wedding chapel.
Okay.
And all the things that happened to me there, and nobody would believe it. Everybody would think it'd be a work of fiction.
Tell me a couple of the strangest thing that's happened.
Oh gosh, we had one couple call me up at 3:00 in the morning and said, "Hey, we want to get married." I'm saying, "Okay, made sure they qualified." They're in my office at 4:00. I'm like, "Why are you getting married at 4 a.m.?" He has to report to prison at 6.
Okay.
Then I've had people. I had one guy call me up at 9 a.m. and he goes, "Hey, I want to get married." I'm like, "Okay, come in at noon." So they came in at noon. They were so in love. They gave each other the biggest kiss. At 4:00, I get a call from the guy. She left me. And I'm like, "What?" "Yeah, she left me. Can you rip up the paperwork?" I'm like, "Well, no, I've already signed the paperwork." I'm like, "How could you leave somebody after such a short period of time?" All I'm imagining is that they went out after the wedding. They went and got a nice lunch. They walked on the beach. They checked into the hotel.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he showed it to her, and it was either this or this. And she's like, "Hell no, I'm out of here." And she left. I don't know why. He didn't explain why, but it was very strange.
So do they have to go through a divorce at that point, or is it
They would have to go through an annulment, yeah.
an annulment? Okay. Yeah, because I have friends that got married in December, and then in March they decided, and they were together for 10 years. I mean, there was lots of ups and downs in that relationship, but now they're going through a divorce. And I told my friend, "Can't you get an annulment?" I don't know what the time frame is, but he's
Yeah.
going through the whole divorce, and
It's a legal process, however it ends up being.
yeah.
But it's crazy. I've seen people, like, I've done deathbed weddings
Oh,
where people are on their last limb, and they were able to communicate, and I even got letters from the doctor saying that they are mentally stable and
Yeah.
know what they're doing, and then I've had ones where I've shown up and the person's comatose, and it's like,
and you can't do that,
and I
right?
can't do that. No, it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, or like half awake. I'm like, "Do you know why I'm here?" "No." "Do you know what day it is?" "No."
And is that because they want the money or they want the legal?
No, it was just they were completely. I'm like, I have to go. Well, actually, I was afraid because I was surrounded by people. They're all like wanting me to marry this person.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? Let me just call my supervisor. I'll be right back. I got in my car and drove away.
Yeah.
It's weird. Just someone like, I've had the old men and young women. I've had the old women and young men. I've had the old men and young men.
And is that for money most of the time?
Sometimes sometimes it might be. Sometimes it's for citizenship.
Oh, yeah,
Sometimes
yeah.
it's they found the person that they love. And age, just like sex doesn't matter, age doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Are there a lot of people still doing citizenship weddings today?
Especially with ICE and everything,
Yeah.
we're getting a lot of people coming and getting married. Now, are they doing it for citizenship? I don't know. I don't ask. I just, people want to get married and they have the right documents. I can't say no.
Yeah.
If they have a passport, if they have a driver's license and they're presenting me this, I don't ask them why they're getting married. I just say, "Do you want to get married? Do you want to get married? Okay, you want to get married? That's perfectly fine."
I think another cool thing you might want to think about doing, or that you could do, is you could do almost like a reality show in a way. Have you ever thought about doing something like that?
I've been on many reality shows. I've pitched many reality shows. If you go to my As Seen on TV page, you can see one of my reality show pitches. It's hilarious.
What is? Tell me about it.
It was basically showing me doing all my weird themed weddings and
Yeah.
how my wedding chapel would be, and having me come in one day and drag. I do a lot of themed weddings, and I do all different characters, like Star Wars weddings, Doctor Who weddings,
Oh,
all
really?
stuff like that. And I've done weddings in drag. I go as Marilyn Monroe,
Okay.
and then my other female character is Dawn. Because
What's Dawn like?
Dawn just has long blonde hair and big boobs.
Okay, good.
And but it could be Dawn, Don, or Dawn. So
Yeah.
I go by Dawn.
Got it. Have you married anybody famous before?
I've married a lot of famous people. A lot I can't tell you about because I had to sign NDAs.
Got it.
But we've signed. I mean, I've married famous rock stars. I've married famous producers. I've been to billionaires' houses in their backyard just doing simple weddings.
Wow.
I can't talk about them.
Yeah.
But I'm very well known in the entertainment community as somebody who will be able to do that.
Yeah. That's
So,
pretty amazing.
so I signed a lot of NDAs.
Yeah. Well, I think you're great just because you support the LGBTQ plus community. You've done all these weddings, but I also just love it that you support your child. That's makes me love you and like you even more. And so,
Thank you.
we need more people like you in this world. And I really, it's just amazing to hear somebody supporting their child because there's so much stuff going on with the transgender community where rights are being taken away or people are coming after them. And it's just like trans people have been here forever. So
it hurts me to my soul.
Yeah.
It hurts me to my soul when people who, I mean, they're human beings. They're human beings. They just feel different than you. They just act different. Hey, if you were talking about people who are committing crimes and taking away other people's things and doing nefarious things, yeah, those people shouldn't have the rights to do anything.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about people who all they want to do is be who they are on the inside, love who they want on the outside, that should never be a crime. That should never be something that's taken away.
Yeah. How can people get in touch with you if they're looking to talk with you? I think I have a couple of your websites here.
Yeah, our main one is greatofficiants.com.
Greatofficiants.com.
Then you have our main site, and it'll take you to our beach weddings, it'll take you to our wedding chapel, take you to our weddings.
And you also have SoCalBeachWedding.com and CuteLittleWeddingChapel.com. And it sounds like you're available to kind of go anywhere that people want you to go. So if they wanted to fly you to Bali to get married, I'm sure you would.
Absolutely. I've married people all over the world.
Oh, you have?
Yeah. And sometimes just for fun. I'll be like, we were on vacation in Tahiti, and we bumped into this couple during a rainstorm in the bar, and they were celebrating their 25th anniversary. I'm like, what we're going to do tomorrow? Tomorrow morning, we're going to get up. I'm going to meet you under that palm tree over there. I'm going to renew your vows. Didn't charge them anything, but this is what I do. I make people happy.
Cool.
I'm a very big person in the wedding industry. And I care about caring.
Yeah.
And everybody knows that. And I've won every award in the industry because people know that I'm supportive.
That's awesome. Well, you're a great guy, Alan. I'm so glad I got to talk with you. Again, greatofficiants.com. I'll put the websites in the description of this video or podcast, and go and check out Alan's websites and reach out to him when you're ready to get married. So thanks so much for being on, Alan. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast. Also leave a comment and let us know what you think about this episode. And if you get married with Alan doing the ceremony, I'll have you and Alan back on the show together. You can talk about the wedding. So
there you go.
All right. Thanks so much for joining, Alan. It was great meeting you.
Thank you.